moving and shaking. It's cold out here. It's 26 degrees this morning, maybe colder. I'm out here moving and shaking. While I'm shaking and breaking, MC shaking and faking, turn it under to 200 degrees and start baking. Shout out to Pat Smith, EPMD. Come on in, smash your like button. A little early this morning. Grinding. Drew Titan Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I had that good food this morning. I was watching Stormy's premiere. Also, the general put up, who is the LDBC? Proud member. I'm a proud member. Because this is what we do. It's crazy cold out here. Come on in here. Smash the like button. I got something to say. Oh, man. Normally, when I'm out the crib early, I'm like, I'll just skip the live. But it's Friday, man. I'm like, you know what? In this modern day of technology, I just want to chit chat with y'all. Feel me? Boxing's not dead. Boxing's not dead. It's just that people aren't paying attention because a lot of the fanatics. First of all, to be a fanatic is a bad thing. That's why I don't like to use the word fan. But I understand the term. People don't know what the actual term fan is, where it comes from. It comes from fanatic. Fanatic is a bad thing. I don't call myself a boxing fan. I call myself a supporter of the sport. You understand? And the fanatics ruin everything. Fanatics ruin soccer games. Right? Fanatics ruin soccer games. Fanatics, I remember back in the day at a Jets game, they started throwing, can I turn this damn thing? At a Jets game, it was bad weather, and the refs made a bad call, and people started throwing slush from the seats. And one of the slush balls hit the referee from the stands, and that ish hurt, man. That hurt him. He went to the hospital, and plastered all over the front page was this Italian dude, this white guy, laughing and throwing a slush ball. And the thing is, we didn't even know if he was the actual person that he was throwing stuff, but we don't know if he was the person that actually hit the ref. But they made an example out of him. And it was nuts. I beat this bus right here. It was, excuse me, it was nuts. So fanatics ruin things. And I separate myself from fanatics. You understand? I put out a short video yesterday. And I clipped a conversation we had with that guy, right? Tank ain't gotta do nothing. When you feel your favorite fighter doesn't have to do anything but breathe, that's cool. It's weird, but that's cool. But people like that, the dude literally said he wants to start his own GTD fan page. And BF told him, yo, bro, you don't need to do that. There's places you can go for that. There's already several pages up devoted to him. The Bearded Lady, Boxing Shigo, Fanon, K-Ho. Go hang with them niggas. They got you beat. They beat you to it already. You know what I mean? So the marketing schemes are done. But Young Abel sent me a text last night with some information. And this is why what we do here is important. You heard me say it countless times. What we do here is important. Triple G is an inductee of the Hall of Fame. Triple G, let me ask y'all a question. Off the top of your head, is Triple G Hall of Fame worthy? And if so, please explain why. Now, I know Max Kellerman is probably talking about it. He's probably going to get the nod like, hey, go ahead and put him there. We don't get that courtesy. When I say we, I mean black people, black fighters. I can say that I've watched Triple G's entire professional career. I don't care what he did in the amateurs, that, all of those, guys that come from overseas. Oh, he had 1,000,000,001 amateur wins and only 2 losses. Look, I don't pay any mind to their amateur career. Those guys stick around there until they're like in their late 20s. And by the time they're in their late 20s, they're beating up on 15-year-olds. I don't care about his amateur career. They use that to market all of those European guys, man. Because every time I turned around and I was talking up Andre Ward, and I say, man, he won the Super 6. Oh, the Super 6 was 1,000,000 years ago. Well, Gennady Golovkin and Vasily Lomachenko, their amateur careers was 2 billion years ago. But when you're speaking them up, you bring up their amateur careers. So let me be very clear. I don't care about the amateur career. Mark Breland, what was he? He was a good amateur. I think he was Olympian. And he did some things on a pro level, but he didn't pan out the way New York wanted him to pan out. Thank you for that. Dmitry Pirog, to me, was next up. And Triple G, a lot of fighters was lucky that man had back issues. A lot of cats were lucky. Dmitry Pirog was the truth. But if he kept at it while we would have been enjoying just watching him develop, the machine was going to get behind him. I'm telling you. Because they were holding on to that Danny Jacobs knockout, and it was official. But I said, oh man, this guy's good. Now, I could say, oh man, this guy's good. But you know what HBO was about to do with him. You know that. They were about to start speaking his language. You know what they were going to do with Dmitry Pirog. And he was pretty good. I wanted to see how far he was going to go. But when he got hurt, enter Gennady Golovkin. Now, when I started supporting Gennady Golovkin, I was just watching the work. Like I always do. I just watch the work. I don't care where you're from. If you're good, you're good. I just want to see the work. Show me the work. Show me the work. Well, I'm looking at the work, and it was panning out. And that was around the time I just started, putting my foot in social media, just reading comments before live streams, before that technology was available. We couldn't do this on YouTube. When I got on YouTube, you couldn't do this. 78 Fight News, his first channel, was talking up Gennady Golovkin. But you saw the race soldiers. I saw one comment, I don't remember where I saw it. Leave him alone, he's ours. I'm like, wow, that's wow. That's terrific. So the media gets a hold of him, and immediately they start telling us, they start putting him in the same sentence as Marvelous Marvin Hagler. And I'm like, don't do that. He's not even close yet. Don't do that. And then it got annoying, and I'm like, yo, this guy couldn't even beat half the guys that Marvin Hagler beat. Triple G couldn't beat John the Beast Mugabe. I don't care. So if you say that he could, I'm going to say he couldn't. And we can have that fantasy debate, but it's fantasy. But I watched this guy's career, and I let him have some close fights. He was strong. Abel Sanchez was leading the charge and marketing him. That was funny. Abel Sanchez says he's in the gym beating up guys from 160 to 175. Not 68, 75. That's what he said. And I'm like, okay. Then he tries to go up to 68. Y'all remember this. He tries to go up to 168. And when he tried to go to 68, he tried to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So I'm like, that's clearly a money fight. And Chavez Jr. ain't worth a damn. He ain't worth it. The problem was Andre Ward was up there. And when I say problem, it was a problem for Gennady. He tried to go up there the first time. Ward said, nah, if you're coming up here, you fighting me. He went, he got that idea out of his head real fast. He tried to do it a second time. And that's when Andre Ward started calling him Little G. Andre Ward started out. He said, man, you coming up to 68, you fighting me. This is my home. I run things here. And that's when the audience flipped on him. Why is Andre Ward bullying Little G? Now all of a sudden he's little. Abel Sanchez says he's beating people from 160 to 175. Andre Ward was a champion, a Super 6 winner at 168. What's the problem? It's only one weight class up. Oh, he's being a bully. Andre Ward's being a bully. He's inactive. There you go, inactive. He won a Super 6. That was 1 million years ago. Again, the amateur careers of these guys, 2 million years ago. So what are we talking about? Go up one weight class and prove yourself you're great. You done cleaned out 160, or did you? Did you? No, there's Canelo Alvarez over there. Hey, Canelo, here come Mauricio Sillyman. Canelo, you up. You got to stop this Golovkin guy. F that, man. He dropped the belt. He dropped the belt. That happened. That happened. Andre Ward was too big. And black fighters, according to Abel Sanchez, black fighters we're not exciting. We don't sell seats. Whole time he was trying to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr. He tried to get someone that was 147 to come up to 160, which used to be the next weight now. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, I think Golovkin, they even said they'll fight him at a catch rate of 55, something like that. I don't remember. But I know he was trying to smash the gas on Floyd, but black fighters ain't exciting though. Well, sometimes you don't gotta lift a finger, because what happened was, you know the history. Eventually, Golovkin got a hold of some DAZN money, and he gave Abel Sanchez the axe. Black fighters don't sell, but the last time I saw Abel Sanchez coaching somebody, it was a black heavyweight. Who lost? Who lost? Time reveals all truth. So anyway, back to Triple G. Triple G doesn't fight Andre Ward. Andre Ward, although he was bullying a little guy, he went up to 175, beat up Sullivan Barrera, fought Kovalev twice, beat his ass, and retired. Nobody wants to talk about that. And that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Because time revealed all truth with that. So Gennady Golovkin ends up fighting Canelo to a draw. Canelo, he pops for clenbuterol. We don't know if he was clean during the Gennady Golovkin trilogy, because Canelo said, I'm not fighting Triple G again. It's out of my system after the rematch. Went up to fight Bivol. Bivol beat his ass. He came back down and fought who? Triple G. So my question this morning to y'all, although I can't read the comments, I'm driving. Is Triple G a Hall of Fame fighter? And I'm going to ask you another question. If so, what is the criteria? I thought it was resume. Now, I always say, you don't have to win all of your fights, but the fact that you've taken them is a testament. But it used to be, you had to win some of those. Now the bar is so low, that I'm reduced to saying, man, just fight the guy. You don't have to win. You can fight 3 or 4 of your contemporaries and lose. I'll give you credit just for showing up. That's how low the bar is now. Tank. Man, the bar's that low. You know it's sad when Jake Paul's about to have a better resume than Tank Davis, because he's about to fight Anthony Joshua, a former unified heavyweight champion. Yo, trust me. Watch them put Jake Paul in the Hall of Fame before Tank, bro. I'm still gonna be laughing at you N-words. I'm still gonna be laughing at you knuckle draggers. I promise you I am. I promise you. I promise you. So anyway, Gennady Golovkin. Please tell me, is this a Hall of Fame fighter? Please tell me. I could be wrong, man. Please tell me I'm wrong, because I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, somebody pull up his resume. He got 3 fights with Canelo. He lost 2 and had a draw with 1. And the draw was the first one. So he had 2 different times to get it right. What else? What else? Because he was knocking people out on HBO. But all of those fights were... you knew what the outcome was going to be. What else? How many world beaters? Because Canelo was a major player in this generation. And he couldn't beat him. David Lemieux? David Lemieux? You want to give him that? Who else? You see, just because a fighter celebrates, that doesn't mean he's great. That's the best I could tell you, man. And once they flew in Marvin Hagler at some, is that a WBC convention? Once they flew him in and had him taking pictures with Marvin Hagler, I knew what they were up to. And I wasn't buying it. I'm like, man, he shouldn't be breathing the same air. Yo, Gennady Golovkin wasn't even as good as Bernard Hopkins. Why y'all gonna throw Bernard Hopkins at 160 and go straight to Marvin Hagler? Why y'all doing that? Bernard Hopkins had a really brilliant middleweight career. Gennady Golovkin and Bernard Hopkins' career at middleweight, it's not even close. It's not even close. Why are we talking about Triple G? Why? And here comes the traffic. Smash the like button, like and share the video. Hype the video. That new thing they doing called hype. I don't, you know, whatever. Hype this video. But more Gennady Golovkin. Some other time. I'm just asking a question, but I'm gonna break it down. We're gonna get into a full-blown discussion about it soon. I'm telling you, I don't think so. Plus, I'm biased. I ain't scared to say it. I'm very biased. Plus, I'm very biased. Very. because I remember his fanatical fan base, and I remember the machine in HBO pushing this guy. I remember that, and I don't take kindly to that. I feel very disrespected. I feel very disrespected. Anyway, Ryan Garcia. He says the next time he sees Devin, he's gonna slap him. No, you're not. No, you're not. You've had space and opportunity to smack him, and it's hard for me to understand. It's hard for me to believe that you'll slap him when you see him, because you could have punched on him for a few million instead of faking a hand injury. So it's hard for me to believe you're gonna slap him for free and not punch him for money. Smut. Let that marinate. He'll do nothing. He's just talking. He's a bigot. He's a coward. He's a punk. He's a liar. Did I lie on him just now? Everything I said about him is true. Is he a bigot? Yes. Is he a coward? Yes, he is. Is he a punk? He beat on his baby mama. Right? Didn't he get in legal trouble for that? Stop me when I'm lying. And besides, you touch Devin outside the ring, don't act like nothing gonna happen to you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll not only blow your payday, but you might F around and lose your life. You lose your career at least, because you'll be so broke up, you're gonna need at least 24 months to heal. So don't talk tough. Don't talk tough. You're a sucker. But you know why I think he's mad? Devin said this man hasn't been in random testing since May. That's why he acting crazy and talking crazy now. He got those drugs in him now. Prove me wrong. You know how you prove me wrong? Enroll in random testing again. Enroll. Prove me wrong. I don't understand. No, I do understand the infatuation for this kid. Because what Bernard Hopkins said. Look at him. He a handsome boy. Bernard, bathroom Bernard. That's all I'm going to say about that. I handle my business in the bathroom. What? You said what? Let me tell you something about Bernard Hopkins, man. When he said that in the camera and shoved Bill, and Bill looked at him and said, that ain't nothing. Bill knew what he was on. Bernard Hopkins is an agitator. He tell you he a street dude. But you know what kind, there's various kinds of street dudes. You know what kind of street dude he is? He's what I call the agitator and the troublemaker. He's the dude that rolls with 1,000 dudes, and he's the one with the biggest mouth. But when you catch him on his own, he ain't talking. In fact, he's ducking and hiding. Now, I know y'all say, oh, well, he grew up in Philly, he tough. He went to prison. He went to prison because he got caught. There's no word about him scrapping in the street. It's nothing like that. Just because you went to prison don't mean you tough. It just means you got caught. Y'all seem to think prison is filled with these big brolic 8 Mile looking looking dudes. Green Mile, I say 8 Mile. Green Mile looking dudes. Michael Clark Duncan. No, there's a lot of dudes in prison that are suckers. What you mean? How many people you know that are lions in the street, but they turn into that lion from that has no heart from the Wizard of Oz as soon as they get that cold steel put on their wrist? Oh, he did it. You know how many thugs I seen before the gavel banged on them, they start crying? I said, yo, he was super thug a minute ago. What happened? I sentenced you to 3 years in the state penitentiary. Ah, man, it's 3 years, man. Cowboy up. You might not even get that. You might get 8 months. It's your first charge. Why are you crying? You wasn't crying when you did that shit. Right? B-Hop is an agitator. When he did that little nudge on Bill and ran, because he didn't nudge him and stand there and stare at him, he nudged him and he took off. I said, you see, I'm gonna tell you something else. At the weigh-in, the ceremonial weigh-in in Brooklyn, he did it again. He took his index finger and mushed somebody on Devin's team. And that's when they bum rushed the stage. I was standing right there. I said, yo, what? He's one of those niggas. He's one of those niggas that when you and your crew are going out to a party, he's the dude you don't bring. Because you ain't trying to get into it that night. You're like, yo, we all going to check this party. There's going to be some chicks there. Yo, you inviting Bernard? Nah, I ain't tell him. Don't call him. Because you know if Bernard come, none of the girls going to want to talk to him. And he going to start a fight with somebody. And being that he from the block or whatever, we all going to end up fighting. So how about this? Don't invite him. He one of those niggas. Y'all all know the type, man. Everybody, well, you know what? I can't speak on all of y'all. I can speak on me. I had 2 dudes in my life that when we were going out, sometimes we had to leave this nigga home. Because everywhere we went, it was a problem and he was in the middle of it. Or he started it. It's like, bro, you can't just, man, nah. B-Hop's one of those. He mushed homie and ran across the stage. I watched him do it. You could be a tough guy in the ring and understand the science, but outside the ring, you know a lot of these boxers are pussycats, right? Okay, I'm just saying. All that tough guy shit, no. B-Hop ain't that. He's an agitator. Mush someone and stand there. He nudged Bill and ran. He mushed a homie from DHP and ran across the stage. It's on my video. We all was recording. We was all standing. He was like, why he do that? That's Bernard Hopkins. Why he do that? Bathroom talk. Telling you that Ron Garcia pretty. I think we know what B-Hop's about. I think we know what kind of time he's on. You fairy. You fairy. So when you marketing a fighter and you talk about his good looks, as a man, you should be tuning out. You can't market that fighter to me that way because I'm a man. Do I understand marketing though? Yes, like I understand the business of boxing. I understand it, but I don't have to like it. I was just talking about Ben Whitaker. I said, man, there's a market for dudes like this. Especially over here, the Mag 7s of the world, they like little niggas. Well, he's not the smallest tank, but they like these yellow, slant-eyed yellow niggas with tattoos and curly hair. They like little niggas like that. Eddie Hearn needs to bring him over here and have him fighting on Boots undercards. Put some oil on his chest and start taking some pictures and marketing them to the American public. The ratchet chicks and the fags will like him. Do the work. Do the work. That's why they like AJ over here. I'm like, he's not proven yet, and I need to see more in unification and undisputed. And we kept hearing about Skinny Legs, Alabama, and his contemporaries hasn't done anything to deserve an AJ fight other than be the longest reigning, one of the longest reigning WBC champions. And Abs. And I bet he could pipe a chick in a bedroom. These were conversations being held in chats. I saw it. I'm like, whoa, what's happening here? What's going on here? We talking about boxing, they talking about abs. We talking about boxing, they talking about hair and chrome hearts and tattoos. We talking about boxing, you got Bernard Hopkins, a Hall of Fame fighter, talking about look how pretty this kid is. Look how handsome he is. Hey Ryan, stop blaming black men for yanking you out your crib. Shout out to your father and your mother that let that happen. And pulling you into a forest and, you know, giving you those back shots. I don't know anything about that. I'm just trying to watch boxing, for Pete's sake. What are y'all doing? Why are y'all turning this to a Law and Order SVU or Special Victims Unit? What are y'all doing? What? Unreal. Unreal. But Ryan's supposed to slap something. He talking crazy. He's mad loud about it now. And Devin said he talking again. He's wilding again. He ain't been enrolled in random testing since May. I saw a video this morning on Instagram. Willie Romero's talking about, hey Ryan, thank you. Thank you for wasting 6 months of my life talking about you want a rematch. Now you fighting Mario Barrios? No, dude, listen. You wasted 6 months of your life waiting on a guy that you told us to leave alone. Leave him alone. He has mental disorders. That didn't stop you from getting in the ring and dropping him in the second round. But you told us to ease up off him because he had what? Mental issues. You said that, Rolly. And now you're mad? Now you're mad? Because you waited on him? Why'd you wait on him? Well, you ain't gotta wait now. I got old videos when you calling Devin Haney a punk ass, bitch ass. I got it was amazing. And all I said, and this was back when y'all was at 135, I said, well, the only way to solve this is to what? Fight him. Did y'all know Rolly Romero has a fan base? Did y'all know that? I read the comment section, oh, Rolly for the win. Oh, Rolly, he got punching power. Don't nobody want none of Rolly. Look, man. Rolly still has a fan base, but he's been knocked out twice. He has some fugazi wins. Nobody said he was done. Nobody should retire. Nobody has no venom or malice. The dude, look, Rolly's slow, man. Just keep it a beat. Rolly's slow. Can he fight? Yeah, he does. He can fight. And salute to him. Salute to him. Salute to him. But look, man, all of these things y'all try to put on Devin, it's really projection, because the fighters that you root to win against him, they meet that criteria. Some clown that Devin let take a picture with him said that Devin might be slow. No, I promise you it's not that. I promise you it's not that. You're just a jealous fool. And I would say shame on you, but you clowns have no shame. Y'all have no shame. That's why I have no problem saying the things that I say about y'all. I have no problem saying what I say about y'all. Y'all haters. Something wrong with Rolly. He's another duck. Food for thought. In 2025, what is the prize in fighting Manny Pacquiao? Aren't some of you haters the same people talking about younger fighters fighting these old fighters? Oh, why did Devin fight Yuriorkis Gamboa? Why did Tank fight Yuriorkis Gamboa? If he was done, he was done. If he was done when he fought Tank, he was done when he fought Devin, and vice versa. These dudes be washed up. But if you were to go with that logic, you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. If you're going to go with that logic, you have to be consistent. So what's the prize in fighting Manny Pacquiao? How old is Manny? 47, 48 years old? That's not even going to look good on your resume. Manny's old. Manny's old. There's no prize in fighting him. There's no belt in fighting him. He's just putting his belt up. And that's stupid, because guess what? Rolly could F around and lose that. Then how you going to look? And then what's supposed to happen? Now Manny got a belt. You know what happens? That puts you on the radar. You have a belt. What is Devin doing? Trying to become undisputed. So you beat Rolly. I was trying to fight Rolly, but Rolly fought you. Now guess what, Manny? You're up. And then y'all gonna what? Look at Devin. Why are you bullying the old man? The old man just beat Rolly. He was trying to fight Rolly. Like he was trying to fight Lomachenko the first time. And Loma got the franchise and left Devin alone and went to fight Teofimo. This is history. This is history. So what we doing? Tell me what we doing. Enoch says T.O. for T.O. juice for Barboza. T.O. Ryan Fury more juice in 2026. Yo, 2025, and salute to you in that super chat. Much love. 2025, this was a year of truth. And 2026 is going to be amazing. 2026 is going to be amazing. Amazing. The haters aren't going to like the year in review in 2025, man. Y'all not going to like it. Because y'all going to look back and say, oh, that's right. Because you know why you're not going to like it? Not because you support the fighters that I'm going to talk about that didn't have such a good year. You're not going to like it because of the fact that we're going to point it out and say, well, look what happened here. That's why. You ain't going to like it because we pointed it out. Because you don't like us. It's more focused on what we do, what the LDBC does. Oh, they like that? Then I don't like it. Oh, they don't like that? Then I like it. If Manny Pacquiao fought Rolly Romero and won, and Devin says, all right, I want that belt, y'all going to be accusing him of bullying the old man. Never mind the fact the old man just beat stupid-ass Rolly Romero, and then Rolly Romero's they're going to be like, well, it's Rolly. He been knocked out twice. Everything that I've said. Everything that I've said. But according to reports, he's not even looking at him. That's what the reports say. He's trying to go in another direction. He ain't trying to fight Rolly. He's trying to fight money fights. Rolly Romero, Manny will be the... That's a funny thing. That's another thing. Rolly will be the B-side in that fight. You know that, right? That's the funny part. He'll be the B-side in that fight. Manny will make a majority of the money. He'll make a majority of the bread. And y'all got problems, man. He'll make a majority of the bread and possibly win a belt. And all Rolly will bring to the table is a belt and getting Manny Pacquiao on his resume. Manny is like, F that. I'm looking at other directions. There's better paydays. I heard Errol Spence in Dallas. No belt, that's a payday. How about that? Where does that leave Rolly? On Instagram screaming about Ryan Garcia. I thought you wanted a rematch. Thank you for wasting 6 months of my life. Who told you to wait on that drug addict, that racist drug addict? Oh, I'm sorry, that's your man. You told us to leave him alone. You wasted 6 months of your life. You have a belt. Devin has a belt. Devin ain't got no power. He's a punk ass, bitch ass. I still got the videos. Fight him now. Unification. What's up? Go get that belt. Devin got PTSD, right? Devin ain't got no punching power, right? He's soft. He grew up in a good neighborhood, went to school in a good place. I don't know what any of that has to do with boxing, but this is what you knuckle draggers have to do, especially knuckle draggers that went to Catholic school themselves in Dallas. You guys are funny as hell, bro. It's amazing what falls in my lap. Hey, Drew, look at this. Who's this? Wait a minute. What? Look like he grew up kind of good. So what's this talk about Devin growing up good? I didn't know to be a great boxer you had to grow up in the hood. I didn't know that. Niggas go to Catholic school and then mad at Devin for being a brilliant boxer and said, well, he grew up soft. Nigga. Nigga, what? When I say these dudes need to stop, yo, stop. Keep it boxing, please. Stop. You guys need to stop. Stop, stop, stop. This is why I identify with Tank, man. I identify with Tank and everything he do. Nigga, that was a great campus I saw online. There was a lot of white faces there too. I know you're not one of the niggas that said, well, that made reference to Devin growing up a certain way and him not being real. But you online talking like you some tough guy that you fuck somebody up. If that applies to you, why shouldn't that apply to Devin? Because I really see Devin in the ring beating people up. Stop. Please keep it boxing. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like, come on, bro. Not you two. Anyway, I come from a two-parent household. I was not a street guy. I went to Harry S. Truman in the Bronx. It wasn't working out for me there. I ended up at St. Helena's Commercial High School. And that's why I finished my high school situation. Because I wasn't learning shit in public school. I was playing football and wrestling and goofing around. And I wasn't doing, I was going to school to hang out. And my parents said no. I was easily distracted. There it is. You don't hear me talking about, yo man, I was on the block. I was on the block, bro. I was on the block, my nigga. Yeah, nigga. I don't know nothing about that. I knew street dudes. I knew street dudes. I know street dudes. I was cool with street dudes. I hung out with street dudes, and guess what? When they got on that street shit, you know what I did? All right, y'all. I went upstairs and played some Nintendo. While they did their street shit, some of them dead, some went to jail. I told y'all about my boy. The car pulled up in the loop. We're like, who's that? I looked in the car. There was no key in the ignition, so the car was stolen. They're like, yo, we going to Chicken Spot. You want to ride? I was like, no. He left, and we ain't seen him for 12 years. Because they went and did something that night, and he got caught up in it. Or he did it when he got hit with that time. Where was Drew? I was playing Contra. Do 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 do. That was me. Up, up, down, down, BA, BA, select, start, 30-man trick. I had hobbies. Sidebar, that's the problem with you chicks. Y'all chicks ain't got no heart. Y'all ain't got no hobbies. Y'all want to go out and be seen and spend money you don't have to impress people you don't like. I got hobbies. I go to the movies by myself. If my wife don't want to go see a movie, I go to movies by myself. I draw. I write poetry. I got hobbies. I still play video games. I got hobbies. I can occupy my time. It's a problem with you niggas. Y'all like girls with no hobbies. Anyway, boxing, please. Rolly Romero, everything that you're saying you're dealing with, it's really not a situation, Rolly. It's really not a situation. Rolly, just fight Devin, bro. Because you already got bamboozled. You was already waiting for Ryan. You was trying. Look, here's what happened with Rolly. And salute the sports guy, 17 in that. Sports guy 17 in that super chat. He says the Contra crew. Yeah, yes sir. Contra. Here's what happened with Rolly. He was trying to posture. He's trying to posture. I'm gonna try and get this Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny says, nah, you ain't worth that much money. I'm looking elsewhere. At least that's the word. It's boxing. Things are subject to change. He can end up fighting Manny. Because whoever's Manny's looking at, they could tell Manny no. And Manny could spin the block and say, all right, Rolly, let's do it. And Rolly, like the whore he is, he'll do it. And salute to everybody in the chat. He thought he was getting a Manny fight. The last word I heard is that Manny's looking in another direction. Now he mad at Ryan because Ryan comes out of nowhere. Instead of rematching Rolly, Ryan comes out of nowhere and gets a Barrios fight. And the winner of that fight is facing Conor Ben. Shout out to the WBC, right? Right? Shout out to Bud. Look at the WBC. Where the hell did Conor Ben even come from? How many belts he's held? Suspended, right? For what? Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, Devin's there. He just beat the most dangerous puncher at 147. Y'all said that. I didn't. Y'all said that. I went with it. I went with it. Y'all said it. I went with it. I said, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. So Devin was supposed to die that night. He was supposed to run and everything else. Y'all remember Tim Browdy said Brian Norman's he's gonna power box you, boy. And it's gonna be Ryan Garcia all over again. And he had a crumb of biscuits on his lip that wouldn't go nowhere. Shit fall on his shirt, jump back up on his mouth. Eat all of the biscuit before you talk, Bradley. Monkey. None of that happened. And like the monologuing cartoon villain he is, Devin needs to thank me. I'm the one that motivated him. I mean, this is a skit from Saturday Night Live listening to Tim Bradley when he said that. I said, I can't believe this. These dudes are for real with this? Fine, man. Fine. Fine. All I'm seeing Devin doing is winning. And if you don't like him, tell your favorite fighter to stop it. So, Rolly, you up. Unification, right? Or are you a prize fighter? All right, call a turkey. You were supposed to die in the ring versus Ryan. You won. Go get that. You scared? Pillow fist, PTSD, runner. You scared? You ain't scared, are you? My brother Ack, he said Popeyes will do that to you. Salute, homie. Big Joe Townsend. Y'all better go get y'all alcohol, bro. Joe, I'm about to make another order, as a matter of fact. I got an event coming up. You know, it's BYOB. So I said, you know what? Let me get some old Hillside. Y'all scared of Devin? Ryan, you talking crazy. First of all, I don't believe none of you clowns. You gonna slap somebody when you see him. Tank, right? He was supposed to slap Devin when he saw him. He saw him. Y'all forgot about the video when Devin was outside the car smiling at him, looking at him, and Tank is running around. Y'all ever put a toddler in the middle of a room that never been in there? And he just starts spinning. He's 2 years old. That was Tank in that parking lot. But he took a selfie next to Devin's car, though. Never mind that. Where's the slap? Do what you say you're going to do. EJ in that super chat, much love. He says Miguel got his raccoons. Cooning at his finest. They're all coons. If you're black and you root for Ryan, you're a coon. You're a big lip monkey. You're a tree sloth. And I don't respect you. I expect it from others because it's tribalism, it's Haney hatred, and homosexuality. My brother Scott Lennon from across this pond, he said, big up Drew, Tommy Hearns versus James Toney at middleweight. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. I gotta consult with Stormy. JC, y'all go subscribe to JC. He got some fire stories. JC Storyteller got some fire stories. Copper got Thomas Hearns. Tommy versus Tommy at 160 versus James at 160. Cash out question. Was Tommy better at 60 or 47? I'm just asking. God damn. I always thought of who wins between Hagler and Bernard at 160. That's a good fight. Scott says he's better at 47. But Copper says he was better at 160. Oh, man. That's a good one. BVO, salute. KBG says James was too good at 60. I got to consult with my OGs. I got to consult with Scrapbook. I got to consult with Stormy on that. Stormy says Hearns, you can't outbox Hearns. None was outboxing Tony for 10.5. True. True. Yeah. Until None made a mistake. But None made the mistake. Also got to factor in. Yeah, None was whooping Tony's ass too. Does Hearns make the same mistake that Michael Nunn makes? Yeah, Nunn couldn't punch like Tommy was a puncher. And Tommy was the same puncher at 60 that he was at 47. That's a fucking good fight, man. James was good. James was good at 160 and he was in shape. Rick Blackwell, salute. Kev, salute, salute. Yeah, he's a bigger puncher at 160, yeah. Yeah. That's a damn good fight, man. Why I never thought of that? Because in my mind, I always envisioned Tommy as a welterweight in my mind. But I knew he went to 160, of course. I think Tommy went all the way up to 75, right? That's a damn good fight, man. Tommy styled, well, we don't do triangle theories. But just a note, James Toney beat the shit out of Iran. He beat the shit out of Iran Barkley. He beat him up. And shout out to the Bronx, my borough. But he beat up Iran Barkley. And Iran Barkley, Tommy just couldn't do anything with him. Watching Tommy and Iran Barkley was a reincarnation of Ricardo Mayorga and Vernon Forrest. It's like, whoa, what just happened? One of those, like, what the fuck? What? And then watch this. Mayorga get in the ring with Shane Mosley, and what happened? It was the craziest thing. It's like, huh? Weird. Zab Judah really did exceptionally well against Floyd Mayweather. Zab got in there with Chester the child molester, Tata Baldomir, and almost got knocked out and got on his bike for the rest of the fight. I was there. Baldomir couldn't touch Floyd. Triangle theories. It's like, boxing, that's what I'm saying. Make the fights, because you never know. If Usyk is serious about this Wilder fight, I'm picking Wilder. I'm telling you right now. Stylistically, it was never a good fight for Usyk. That's why Usyk never took it when he could have. He never took it. We was waiting for him in Brooklyn. He didn't show up. He was like, why he didn't show up? He wasn't trying to fight him. Stylistically, I'm saying it right now. Stylistically, Deontay's wrong for Usyk. Y'all might not see it now because of everything that Usyk's accomplished. But stylistically, he's wrong for him. If the fight gets signed, we get closer, we'll talk about it. I'm not just saying that because it's Bomb Squad over here. I'm not just saying that. I truly believe that Usyk is, stylistically, Wilder's all wrong for him. Like how Mayorga was all wrong for Vernon Forrest and nobody saw it. How the hell does Canelo lose almost every round? No, he did lose every round to Floyd. No. Except round 12 because Floyd didn't do nothing. How did Canelo do better against Floyd? I mean, how did Marcos Maidana do better against Floyd than Canelo? How? Why didn't Floyd fight Amir Khan? Because there was something there. There was something there. That's why I say make these fights. Don't just tell me, oh, this guy will beat this guy. We can say that. At the end of the day, what does Drew say? Show me. Tank beats everybody. He might. Show me. Tank ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to do nothing but be pretty, right? Right. Y'all are gay. Salute to my brother Frida's watching that super chat. Salute. He says, I got Wilder too. Yeah, I got Wilder. And it's not because that's my brother. I got him because they could have fought 4 years ago. And our people don't know that. And Usyk said no. Go check my page on my shorts. When Usyk was asked why not, first he said Wilder is the easiest out of the heavyweight bunch. And then when they threw the mic in his face, after he flatlined Robert Helenius, they said Wilder? He said no. They said why? He said because. That was his response. So he's calling Wilder out now because he thinks shit is sweet. It's not sweet, bro. It's not sweet. And y'all gonna be very shocked, yo. I'm telling you, if that fight gets signed, y'all are gonna be so shocked, bro. Y'all gonna be so shocked. 2025, there was a lot of truth. There was a lot of fighters that y'all thought were done, that wanted to hang it up. Y'all thought Wilder was done. He fought in 2025. He looked pretty good. Y'all said y'all wanted Devin to be done. Look what happened. Look what happened. Y'all thought Fury was king of the world. Look what happened. And I've just been watching. I'm not God. But I walk in spirit. And I am a coon killer. Yo. So listen, I gotta bust these moves, man. I just had to come on here. I've been on here for an hour. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. I like to say be kind to one another, but don't be a punching bag. You don't have to be. It's all right to take the high road. Say, I can ignore that. I can ignore that. I can ignore that. But you ain't got to be a verbal punching bag. You can take the high road, but when it becomes unbearable, you ain't got to put up with it. If you're a content creator, talk about your content. When people hate on you for no reason, the best thing in the world that you can do for them is ignore them. I talk boxing. Niggas talk about me. Oh, man. It's chest and triceps today. Because I'm a fake bodybuilder. It's chest and triceps, man. I may post a video, I may not. Who knows? You know, but I do things to motivate people. I've had a journey, and I just try and big you up on your journey because I want you to win. What I always tell you, for people that do know me personally, you know how many people hit me up behind the scenes, and I'm going to say this in closing. They needed help. I said, I'm no expert. I can tell you what worked for me. Try this, try this, try that. It's called social media. I want to be social on a positive note. Everybody that got my name in their mouth, I promise you, they don't know me, and I've done nothing to them. Everything just falls in my lap. Like, what's this? What did I do? Why are you mad at me? What? What? Oh, you heard I said, oh, you have it on good authority that I said. Really? Who said that? Well, I don't want to tell you. You don't want to tell me? So you see more value in the troublemaker's words than me. And you've been on the phone with me. You've been conferencing with me. We've spoken on some real shit, but okay, you don't want to tell me who. All right, fine. So you know what? Go ahead and believe them then. Go ahead and believe them. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. We weren't cool to begin with. That's how I'm taking it. So that's cool. I'm not stressed about it. This is the Lions Den boxing community. We're not a gang. We don't run around selling stuff and jumping people. No. We're parents, grandparents, workers. Some of us are retired. And I've met people in the LDBC in states that I've never been to. I've met some of their family. And I love and respect every last one of you. But if you don't fuck with me, I'm fine with that too. And I'll keep it to myself until you motherfuckers reveal that there was a problem. I ain't got no problems. I got love. You insecure maniacs. Y'all have a blessed one, man. Love y'all. Bronson.